This morning, we're shining the spotlight on the sentencing of a babysitter convicted in the death of a 7-month-old girl. Denise Dixie Villa was found guilty of manslaughter after she gave baby Abigail Lobisch a fatal dose of Benadryl. Late Wednesday in Hawaii, we heard a very emotional victim impact statement from the baby's mom.
Your Honor, I stand before you today as a mother whose world was shattered when my beautiful daughter, Abby, was taken from me on February 23rd, 2019. Please don't be confused by the date. A mother's intuition is never wrong. From that day to today, May 7th, 2025, it has been over 6 long years, more than 2,260 days. In all that time, my heart has never stopped hurting. My life has been defined by grief and loss, and the pain of living without Abby is a heavy weight I will carry every single day for the rest of my life, and until Abby and I are finally reunited. Sorry. I was told to come up here and to talk about Abby. The reality is, she was taken from me before I had the chance to see who she would become. She came into this world as quickly as she was taken out by the defendant. Abby was a sweet baby, so loving, so full of light. She had the kindest eyes, and anyone who met her instantly fell in love with her gentle spirit. Her presence was calming, beautiful, and pure. Sweet Abby was only 7 months old when she was cruelly ripped from this world. Since then, my family and I have missed. I'm sorry, I'm shaking so much. Her first birthday, her first Halloween, her first steps, her first words, and her first day of school.
Oh my goodness, just heartbreaking there. Let's bring in our guest, still with me, family law attorney Jennifer Brandt, and want to welcome in parenting and family relationship expert, Dr. Sue Kornbluth. Ooh, I know your hearts break for this mom, for everyone who loved little baby Abigail so much. Dr. Sue, let's start a little bit with the psychology and the human aspects at play. What kind of strength does it take for a mother to do what we just saw baby Abigail's mom do and face the woman who killed her daughter?
Good morning, everyone. It takes a tremendous amount of strength emotionally to stand up there and read that emotional statement regarding her daughter, who she clearly did not know in a way that a mother and a daughter would grow together. And so to me, her pain is even more excruciating because she didn't have time to develop that relationship with her. And what she was showing there is what happens when you go through something like this. She's shaking, she's trembling, she has anxiety to even read these words because it is so painful to talk about something like this, and especially in the way that her child was taken from her. So what we're seeing here is just complete and utter grief by a mother who did not deserve what happened to her or what happened to her beautiful baby.
Such great insight and perspective, Dr. Sue. Thank you so much for that. Jennifer Brandt, I want to tap into your legal expertise, please. Something that happened during the sentencing hearing, the defense team objected to some statements that baby Abigail's mom was making about how the defendant would look at her while she was on the witness stand testifying in the case. And the defense team objected. We have that moment. Let me play it for you, and I'd love to get your thoughts on the other side, please.
During the trial, the pain that I endured reached a new level. I had to face the defendant after almost 6 years. I had to sit there while she smirked and smiled during my testimony, showing no remorse. The defendant not only mocked me, but looked me in the eye and laughed as I tried to speak Abby's truth.
I'm going to object to that. There is no record that indicates that my client did anything.
This is sentencing. She's the mother's victim. Baby Abby, I'll allow her, but we all went through the trial. Okay, we all sat through this trial. So this is her. This is the mother of baby Abby. I'll allow some extent to be way for her. Continue.
That's right. The judge has overruled right there. Jennifer Brandt, what did you think of that?
Well, look, it's her, it's her impact statement. It's her statement. She's expressing her feelings. And honestly, I understand, the defense, they don't like, they're trying to protect their client. I mean, she's trying to say, she didn't do anything wrong, even though we know she was convicted, and to make things worse for her client. But I don't think the judge is really paying attention to that part of it. I mean, he's listening to a mother who's grieving for her lost daughter. That's really what matters. And, really, the judge probably has already made up his mind about the sentencing. I don't think that the impact statement is really going to sway him one way or another. So to object, I understand the reason why they did it, but it really, in the scope of things, I really don't think it changed anybody's opinion about what was going to ultimately happen in the sentence he was going to give, which is a harsh maximum sentence. So the judge, honestly felt that this was a very, very serious incident that occurred, and that Dixie Villa should pay the price.
Yes, great points, Jennifer. Thank you for all of that. Dr. Sue, I want to circle back to something that you shared with us a moment ago about how you said that this mother is going to struggle psychologically, emotionally, with not having been able to develop her relationship with her daughter. And it's something I think we can really think about this case, other cases when you see parents having to bury their child, especially a little baby like this. Talk to us a little bit about what that trauma is like. What happens as the years go on, please?
First of all, Julie, I mean, this type of trauma, like I said before, is completely unbearable because you brought a baby into the world, and all of the things that go along with bringing a child into the world have now just been taken from you. What she said in the impact statement in terms of, I'm never going to be able to be with her on her first birthday, her first words, when she began to walk, her graduation, all of the events that are typical of the development of a child and that attachment that goes along with a mother and her child are now gone. Grief is an ongoing process, Julie. It is not as if it just goes away because the child is not here anymore. And as far as I'm concerned, it will affect her on a daily basis. She will have memories and flashbacks, and for all I know, she's suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. But it is a loss that never heals and doesn't go away, and you have to learn to cope with it for the rest of your life.
Our hearts go out to that mother and every parent who's had to bury a child. Dr. Sue, thank you for that. Attorney Jennifer Brandt, thank you for all of your analysis. We'll look forward to having you both back on the show very soon.